pride made you to live, but when you rejected him, that was like choosing to die. Disobedience is sin, it comes with a price, it's way too high. Everybody thinking that they gon' be living in the sky.
I believe that it's incredibly destructive because now we're at a new level of trying to change your body, thinking that you're going to be happier. If you are thinking that you are in the wrong body, that's a whole different level of stuff that you can't. I don't care how much you play pretend, you can't change your biology of who you are. And I think it's very sad where we are today. So.
Yeah. So with transgenderism, so I've known people who become believers and who are transgender who become believers and say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to transition back. I've known people who have been clinically diagnosed with gender dysphoria, but because they're Christian, they say, you know what, I'm not going that route. So I was, the young boy that I was sitting with a while ago, I told him, I said, the world will make you think that just because you feel this way, you have to go with it. Like you have to follow those inclinations. And no, you don't have to. I do think that when we talk about transgenderism, we do have to be sensitive because there are people who really do have some kind of mental or emotional incongruence or feel that they do. And so, but that incongruence, I don't think, in my personal opinion, should be affirmed by having that person transition. I would hope that as time goes on, the church can find some unique and biblical ways to help minister to and help those who deal with that kind of incongruence. I think that, and I also think that the world is not honest with people about the detriments that come with transitioning or attempting to transition, like the harmfulness of hormone therapies, those side effects, transition regret that people have, some of the emotional and physical issues that people have after doing these things. And so, transgenderism is definitely a serious topic, and it's one that I hope that the church can help to deal with.
I do too. They didn't, many of them did not do a thing with the sexually diverse issue. And some, when they did, it was done like a knee-jerk reaction, and it was not very loving, and others too loving and not enough logic and critical thinking going on there. But they've got to, the church has to. And my encouragement to people is, we are the church. We can't expect our pastor to stand up and start speaking on this. If he or she does not want to do that because they are not educated on the topic and don't care to get educated, then it's up to us. We are the church, you know? And so we have to reach out and start speaking truth, the truth in love, of course, without affirming, because that just leads people down the wrong path. What words of wisdom or encouragement can you give to people watching this that might be suffering or struggling with something that we've talked about today?
Well, one of the first things I would say is find somebody you can really be transparent with. I know that's hard in this day and age, honestly. But you need somebody that you can be open and honest with, because a lot of dangerous things happen when things are hidden. Also, the world is so quick to put a label on people. And I think as you are trying to figure out, you know, how your affections and what's going on, don't be so quick to call yourself gay. Don't be so quick to call yourself bi. Don't be so quick to call yourself queer. No, if you have same-sex, that's why I'm very careful. If I say same-sex attracted Christians, I don't say gay Christians, because to me there's a cultural connotation to that I think that we shouldn't apply to ourselves. But some people disagree, that's fine. But I would say be careful to not to fall into that trap of feeling like you have to label yourself. If you are dealing with same-sex attraction, then that's just what it is. And there's a righteous and biblical way to go about dealing with those things and those affections without turning your life upside down and identifying with a way of life that's not biblical too. So 3, a lot of people will ask, well, why do you feel like you need to talk about this? Like, why are you picking on homosexual people? Why are you picking on LGBTQ people? And it's not picking on them. Listen, this is just an area like other areas that we as a church need to deal with. And but God's grace is so abundant for us. He's so loving, he's so kind. And God's disapproval of your lifestyle is no way an indication that he does not love you. And we live in a world now that equates Jesus' love with his approval, and that's not true.
Yeah. That's not true at all.
Mm-hmm. God made you to live, but when you rejected him, that was like choosing to die. Disobedience is sin, it comes with a price, it's way too high. Everybody thinking that they gon' be living in the sky. Only way to make it there is put faith in Christ.